But my least favorite type of racist is the white liberal racist, because they're real like stealthy with the racism. They're like SEAL Team 6 with the racism. So you're having a normal conversation, and then the racism just repels down from the ceiling out of nowhere and surprises you. So I was at a wedding one time, and just having a normal conversation at the reception, and out of nowhere this drunk white guy was like, "Thug life." And he looks at me, he was like, "You know what I'm talking about, right, brother?" I'm like, "No, sir, I do not. I grew up in the suburbs." If you don't think that's racist, imagine it's like that same drunk white guy, and he's talking to an Asian dude, and he's like, "Man, my wife really can't drive. She got into another accident." You know what I'm talking about, right? That's stealthy racism. Just an FYI, guys, I don't know if you have Asian supermarkets here in New York, but that's the parking lot at the Asian supermarket is the most dangerous place in America. Maybe say to yourself, isn't that sneaky racism you was talking about? I was like, no, because it doesn't count if you're black. I didn't make the rules. Speaking of Nazis, I recently had sex with my first white woman. Thank you. She was racist, though. She was a Nazi racist. She was the type of racist that says she only finds black guys attractive. I still dated her, though, because she was attractive enough. I didn't break up with her because she was racist. I broke up with her because her dirty talk wasn't inspirational enough. I was like, I'm all right down here. I'm all right. But she wouldn't lie to me, man. She'd be like, we could have a sex. She'd be like, it's so big. Your arms are so big. She'd be like, you're a really hard worker. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. So I broke up with her. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
That's how I broke up with her.
So it's been a strange year. As I said before, some things are changing in the culture, especially how men are starting to get some scrutiny they deserve about how we treat women in public, about sexual harassment and all that stuff. And I'm all for that. I'm especially all for it because a lot of the backlash to it, dudes got all sensitive. A lot of the backlash to it sounds real all lives mattery to me. Women will talk about sexual harassment, and dudes will be like, not all men are out. Not all men are out here sexually harassing women, and that's true. But to me, that sounds like, what about black on black crime? It's real all lives matter. And dudes got real sensitive. When a lot of these hashtags came out, there was these, sarcastic hashtags that were like, hashtag men are scum. And dudes was like, all men aren't scum. My dad's not scum. My grandfather fought in the war. He's not scum. And I'm like, okay, relax, sir. All men aren't scum. All men are at least 50%. 50% scum. That's the scale. It goes 50% scum to avoid more. Your dad's 50% scum. And I'll prove it to you. You all know who he is, right? Do we? He's a great man. Civil rights, nonviolence. I have a dream speech. And he still cheated on his wife. That's like 55% scum right there. That's what I'm saying. I just imagine Martin Luther King trying to explain himself to Coretta Scott King. So guys, here comes my shitty MLK impression. And trust me, I already know that it sounds a little bit like Tupac. Coretta, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cheating on you. Let's not be enemies. Thank you. All right, I'll leave you guys with this. Relationships are hard. That's why I'm single now. And they're hard because you're not supposed to make unforced errors. So like if you don't want your girl to come home and catch you sitting on the couch playing PlayStation with a sink full of dirty dishes. So unforced error. Or like, you don't want to tell her to use your laptop to look up directions somewhere and you still got all your porn tabs open. It's dangerous. Unforced error. Thank you for having me.
That guy was funny as hell, right? Baltimore niggas in the house? Wait. But you can't actually say the N-word down south. Like up in New York, like I hear Puerto Ricans, I have a lot of Puerto Ricans in my family, and when I hear them say it, like I get kind of offended. Like I'm like, you can't say that word. Like only certain people can say that word. Like you're not allowed to drop M-bombs. But I hope I'm gonna pronounce this right. I see her grinning, and she's getting up. The very funny Athena. How do I pronounce your name?
Fear.
Huh?
Fear.
Fear. Give it up for the very funny Fear. Yeah.
Thank you.
When you said when you struggled with Sean, I was like, he's never going to get this. Like, this is a losing battle. No, is this working? If I hold it? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't want to mess it up. It's a Fear, Yakub, but that's alright. It's an Arabic name, if anybody was wondering. Oh my god, okay, this is a true story. I was flying back on Tuesday from Florida, and the TSA person asked me what the origin of my name was, and I got so nervous. So I was like, yeah, it's great. I was just thinking of the different things I could tell her. Okay, anyway. People are talking about relationships. I'm in a relationship. This is actually the first time that I've been serious about somebody who's also Arab and Muslim. So I'm just happy that I finally found the man of my mom's dreams. We actually met at a wedding, which is kind of a cute story because my parents met at their own wedding. So it's just kind of keeping that going. We have very different personalities though, we're totally opposite personalities. Like I'm very type A and he likes to have fun. And it just doesn't work out. Like I hate going to parties. Like by the end of the party, like he's got everybody's number and like he knows everybody. He's made brunch plans. Just for himself. He knows better than to invite me. I'm very introverted person. I hate people. I hate all of you right now. No, just some of you. Okay. When we first started dating, we had to have that awkward relationship conversation. I had to ask him how many people have you married? Am I number 4? Am I number 1? Where am I on this list? Okay. We've been talking about getting married, and I'm kind of scared. I think the idea of monogamy is kind of scary because, most marriages end in divorce, and a lot of them are because of cheating. And it's hard because people never find out till way later. People are more likely to cheat on their spouse than they are their hairstylist or barber. And I think that's because the hairstylist or barber will always know if you cheat on them.
I'm sorry.
You should keep drinking. No, this is great.
No,
This is great. I want you to all my
I'm not
shows.
stop.
No, this is awesome. This is great. This is more than I could expect for 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I ditched work early for this, and now I know that if I get fired, I made the right decision. Have no regrets. But yeah, I don't know. You could cheat on somebody, they would never know. I dated a guy, and I cheated on him for years before I had to stop telling this joke in front of him.
Yes.
People never catch on, yeah. High school was a very weird time for me. I actually grew up in Alabama, and before that, I lived in Palestine. I went to an all-girls Muslim middle school, and then I moved back to Alabama, went to public high school. So it was a total culture shock for me, because even the way girls like acted and dressed was like totally different than what I was used to. Like back in high school, there was a style where girls wore like low-rise jeans and their thong hanging out. I don't know if anyone remembers that. And when I saw that, I was just like shocked, like, oh my God, girls here are allowed to show their hair? What? Okay, that's very available. All right. So in the Arab Muslim culture, when my boyfriend and I get married, he has to give my dad a dowry. It's not like a goat or anything. They like upgraded. It's more of a suggestion or like a gesture now, just to keep up with the tradition. So it's the equivalent of like $1. So it's cool to find out that, you know, for the price of a 4-piece McNugget, you can get all of this. It's good to know your worth and to teach that to your kids. When I was younger, my mom hired this Moroccan psychic babysitter, and she told me that I was going to lose something valuable in my future. And then when she stopped working for us, I discovered that all of my jewelry was gone. So turns out, guys, psychics are real. Yeah, fucking bitches. So don't believe in anything they say. Here, we're knowing how to pronounce my name. Somebody was talking about circumcisions earlier. Do you guys know, like a few years ago, Germany tried to outlaw circumcisions? And this was like a big deal for Muslims and Jews. They were like, hell no, this is not happening. This violates our religion and beliefs. And they actually teamed up and fought against this law, which I think is such a cool story because it shows that Muslims and Jews can really put their differences aside when it comes to the really important stuff, you know? Like, it's like that saying goes, like, the enemy of my enemy is foreskin. So. All right, thank you guys. Have a great night. Afternoon. Thank you.
Oh my God, give it up to the lady who I can't even pronounce her name. You know, it's fucking hilarious, right? That girl killed in a sausage party. Alright, so, you know, it's like, it's all us and it's her. So it's like, she's got the biggest balls of us all. I'm gonna make fun of this a little bit. I'm gonna drop a dumb joke. Byron Hamill, sit down. I'm not done with the joke yet. I see you getting up. It's like, have you seen The Last Jedi? I had to get that fucking out. Byron Hamill, get your ass up! Give it up for Byron Hamill. Woo!
Thank you. My dad works for Kraft. He's not a Jedi. I gotta say that. As I know wearing this, I look like I'm super into standing for the anthem. I'm actually pro-choice, whatever you want to do. To express yourself, kneel, stand on the ice, field, whatever you want to do. Anti-Papa John's as well. Papa John. The pizza's not good. Don't blame Colin. We're doing it through this. Then the Papa John's Twitter account tried to rebound, tried to distance themselves from the comments. They fired off some tweets. The last of which was, we're accepting feedback from all people except neo-Nazis, and then give a middle finger emoji to neo-Nazis. It's like, again, just make better pizza. Stop trying to get into Twitter wars with Nazis. It's like, the one thing that you have to do is just make good pizza. And they're just like, no, let's do everything else. Fuck that. If you made better pizza, you could talk shit. That's my point.